there's a problem in this world where people are unable to be genuine with themselves. They are unable to exhibit this kind of childlike energy in their personalities. Instead, people stick to these rigid identities that they set for themselves and find it incredibly scary to go against them. But yet, we all long to be ourselves. We long to be the childlike person we once were. This is potentially why we have such a fascination with children who are able to act in this kind of innocent, childlike way where they're doing what they want without the expectations and pressures of society. And it's also why we can look at animals with a sort of healing prowess, because animals just don't have the capacity to think of the expectations we set for themselves. And the thing is, people who actually are able to act like themselves will be against the norm that society has set. And because of something that Ted Kaczynski calls oversocialization, people will overly normalize the norms to the point where they're scared when it goes deviant to it. So when somebody goes against what they assume is normal, they will be deeply scared precisely because they're clinging to this notion of what they assume to be normal. And anything that goes against it is scary because it's unknown and challenging what they already know. And so people who act genuine themselves will naturally go against the norm. That's just how being natural with yourself is going to work. And so these people will then be the object of scrutiny of the over-socialized people, who then deem them to be going against said norms. And so there will be this sense of jealousy. In the one sense, because deep down, they know these people are being genuine themselves, and it's admirable. But on the other hand, they're going against something they're deeply scared of. And so they have to, on the outside, show this sense of, anger or frustration. But on the inside, you can see them and they're deeply passionate and regretful that they can't do it themselves. And it is precisely when somebody is suffering from this sort of cognitive dissonance that we have to be sympathetic for them. If you are able to act as yourself and your genuine self, and you find people are hating on you, not out of what you've done to them, but because of this sort of frustration they have inside, we have to be sympathetic to that. This doesn't just apply to this scenario of being genuine to yourself, but it applies to scenarios where people are just angry because of internal things. Hate is not affecting the object of the hate, but rather the subject of the hate. The person hating will go through more of the negative affect, which makes it just the more important for the person receiving the hate to find ways to channel that into compassion and love. If we can't do that, we will only stir more divisive natures in the world and cause more hatred from everybody. And we have to also learn that, no matter who we try to act as, there will always be someone hating us, in the sense of jealousy or in the sense of anything else. And so it's better if everybody can kind of try to work towards accepting being themselves, genuinity themselves, and having released these childlike energies, and acknowledge that even then people will hate you. But then that hate is something beautiful because it's people actively showing you that they are suffering and frustrated and that they need your help to help solve that. And so it's kind of a mindset shift we may have to kind of have for a lot of people to learn how to better work with this idea of genuinity and disagreement with that.